Traditionally derived from the name of sage Gwalior, Gwalior, known as Gopagiri or Gopatri in the earlier times, is a testimony of human activities since prehistoric times. Gwalior is known for its invincible fort, untold historic past, love stories of Mansingh Tomar and Mrigneni, johars of Rajput queens, mesmerizing beauty of sculptures, and monumental grandeur. Gifting this world with an exclusive music and literature, this crown of Madhya Pradesh pulsates on a legacy that has been left behind by names such as great ruler Mansingh Tomar, Sufi sage Muhammad Ghaus, Sangeet Samrat Tansen, and Ustad Amjad Ali Khan, to name a few. Gwalior is also known for Dhrupad. This unique genre of music was promoted by Mansingh, who himself was a music connoisseur. But it was Sangeet Samrat Tansen belonging to Gwalior who could flame lamps and cause rains by the sheer power of his music, thus immortalizing the Indian classical music. Padma Vibhushan Sarod Maestro Ustad Amjad Ali Khan was also born in Gwalior. "90 meters high, therefore known as the Gibraltar of East, Gwalior Fort, built in 8th century, is erected on Gopanchal Hill. Surrounded by massive walls of sandstone, it spreads over an area of 3 square kilometers. While culturally, Gwalior ruled on the map with its music, its history is also laced with prehistoric remains found at Gupteshwar district, Gwalior. Jadurwa, Suro, having a 3,000-year-old history like Kutwar, too have one thing in common, and that is the rich early historical heritage. While Pavaya had been a center of Naga kings, there are also inscriptions by Gupta kings to be found here. From Nagas to Kushans to Nagas again, this region witnessed numerous political ups and downs. But during Gupta period, 4th to 5th centuries AD, the place also had its share of glory, as is evidenced by a number of carved sculptures and architectural remains discovered at Pavaya. After Guptas, Hudas loomed large on the scenario, and this is when one finds the first written evidence of the fort. Fable has it that since King Surat Sen was cured of his leprosy by the water of a nearby pond, as suggested by Saint Gwalib, he built the fort and enlarged the pond for the benefit of the population in the 8th century. In the second quarter of the 8th century AD, King Nagbhatta I successfully resisted Arabs to save his kingdom, while Meher Bhoj left 2 inscriptions dated 875 and 876 AD, displaying the use of zero in numeral form. He also constructed the famous Chaturbhuj temple. Towards the end of the 10th century AD, the Rajput Kachchap Ghat dynasty captured the region from the Pratihar ruler. The famous Sas Bahu temple was built during Kachchap Ghat ruler Padmapal and completed by Mahipal. The Kachchap Ghat rule was taken over by another line of Pratihar, who retained until 1231 AD, when Iltutmish took over the fort after prolonged struggle. At the end of the 14th century, the fort came under Tomar Rajputs, who raised this place to great eminence. In fact, around this time, though the power was under Hindu kings, yet equally interesting is the fact that Jainism too flourished almost during same time period, which proves the religious tolerance of the people present then. Raja Mansingh Tomar constructed the famous Gujri Mahal for his queen Mrigneni and also Man Mandir, among other palaces inside the fort. In 1516 AD, Ibrahim Lodi captured the fort, but afterwards the power changed hands and the fort was acquired by the Mughals, who used it as a state prison. During Emperor Jahangir's reign, Sikh Guru Har Gobind was also kept here as a prisoner for 2 years and was later released. Through the efforts of the Guru, 52 Hindu kings were also released by the emperor. Therefore, to commemorate this incident of the sixth Guru, a Gurdwara, Data Bandi Chhod, had been constructed by Sikh community. During 18th and 19th century, the struggle for power continued between the British and the Scindias. Finally, the Scindias took the fort in 1844 AD. There are two commonly used ways to reach the fort. The first one is through Gwalior Gate, where one can reach only by foot, whereas the visitors can reach the fort by vehicle through the second gate known as Urvai Gate. The main gate of the fort is known as Hathipur, which takes one straight to Man Mandir Mahal. Entering into the fort, you will find a number of palaces like Gujri Mahal, Man Singh Mahal, Jahangir Mahal, Karn Mahal, Vikram Mahal, Shah Jahan Mahal, and temples like Telika Mandir, Sas Bahu Mandir, Chaturbhuj Mandir, large Jain colossi too that display rare architectural intricacy. There are also various ponds like Suraj Kund, Johar Tal, Mansarovar, Gangola Tal, which have been built by cutting the rocks. To preserve the cultural heritage and also to make people aware about the glorious past of Gwalior and its adjoining areas, an archaeological museum was established on 2nd October in 1993 by the Archaeological Survey of India. Alluring the tourists, the museum building stands on the front of Hathipur, located in the old jail and hospital building of British period. Since then, the Archaeological Survey of India has been conserving and protecting Gwalior's vast cultural treasure, both tangible and intangible ways. The main building of the museum comprises of a big hall, a room adjacent to it, and two verandas, one in the front and one on the rear side, in which one finds gallery number 1, 2, 4, and 3 respectively. The exclusive materials and sculptures displayed in these galleries have been brought from Gwalior, Shivpuri, Morena, Bhind, and Datia districts of Madhya Pradesh. These sites are Kutwar, Amrol, Naresar, Batesar, Mitauli, Padhavali, Sihonia, Kherat, Terahi, Survaya, ranging from 1st millennium BC to 17th century AD. Moving on to gallery number 1, a whole new chapter of Gwalior's glorious history is unveiled before us. This gallery is an ensemble of exquisite sculptures brought from various sites in and around Gwalior. In this gallery, we find a different set of sculptures ranging from 1st century AD to 13th century AD. Sculptures of Balram from Mitauli of 1st century AD, though crude in representation, show an early iconography of Vaishnav images. At Pavaya, there are ruins of temple which is said to be the temple of Lord Vishnu, made of bricks in 3 terraces receding one above the other. Palm capital and a lintel on which fine work of engravings is to be seen have been brought at Gujri Mahal, while a statue of Lord Buddha is also here. Buddha, seated in Padmasan, marked with an elaborated halo, is a representing example of the late Gupta art. Worth mentioning is Ekmukhi Shivling from Mahadev Temple in Amrol, Gwalior district. It is an important example of Pratihar style of construction. Also adorning gallery number 1 is a sculpture of Ravananugraha from the temple complex of Batesar, constructed between 7th century AD and 10th century AD. The group of temples discovered in Batesar of Morena district are an eye-opener to the magnitude of vision that patron at that time had. The other sculptures, like Birth of Krishna from the temple, are also in the museum. 35 kilometers from Gwalior in the northwest is Padhavali in district Morena, where one finds the finest east-facing temples of the 10th century. The sculptures of Kalyan Sundar Murti and Kuber brought from this temple are found in gallery number 1. Also placed in this gallery are Saptamatrika and Shakti Ganesh from a temple at Survaya, district Shivpuri, a center of Matamayura branch of Shaiv ascetics. There is another slightly damaged yet equally bewitching Uma Maheshwar sculpture from Brick Temple, Kherat district, Bhind, which is set in gallery number 1 alongside a Vishnu statue. The figures displayed have a grace and softness depicted in carving figures. The sculptures found from Naresar, Batesar, Kherat, Survaya and Padhavali are of Gurjar Pratihar period from 7th century AD to 10th century AD, showing the new spirit and refined treatment of the later Gupta period. The sculptures of Lord Ganesh and Parvati brought from the majestic Kakanmat temple at Sehonia in district Morena, built during the reign of Kachchap Ghat ruler Kirtiraj in 11th century AD, are displayed little further in gallery number 1. The temple, constructed on a high ornate platform, though it is dilapidated in condition but displays a rare architectural magnificence. Displayed in the gallery number 2 are the early proto-historic artifacts found from the excavations of Kutwar district Morena. Also known as Kuntalpur, the land of Kunti Bhoj, have also been preserved in the museum. There are silver ear ornament, antimony rod, stamps, pieces of mud utensils known as painted greyware or PGW, the beads of semi-precious stones, and terracotta dating back from 11th century BC to 9th century AD. The terracotta ceilings with Buddhist scriptures found at Choti Baroni of district Datia, datable to 9th and 10th centuries AD, are another attraction for the enthusiasts. Various iron objects like the hilts of sword, dagger, nail, horseshoe, cannonballs of later date collected from Gwalior Fort have also been displayed. Displayed in gallery number 3 is the sculptures of Mahapashupatinath found at Naresar from the same temple complex. Located 18 kilometers northeast from Gwalior is Naresar in district Morena, consisting of 22 temples datable to 8th century to 12th century AD. 9 out of 22 temples are constructed in Panzada or pyramidal style, while one of the shikhar is in Vallabhi style. This exceptional temple displays the earliest Vallabhi Shikhar in central India. We can understand the grandeur of a Vallabhi Shikhar by looking at Telika Mandir. The other 8 temples are uniform structures of Nagar style consisting of a garbhagriha preceded by a short kapali. It also houses sculptures of Jayanti Thankar found at Amrol, Saptamatrika from Tirahi, stone slab with erotic depiction are some other attractions of the museum. Moving on to Gallery 4, one finds sculptures of Maharaj Janak Singh Bhadoria, Maharaj Badan Singh Bhadoria and Maharaj Singh Bhadoria. These have been brought from Ater Fort, district Bhind, where a synthesis of Hindu and Mughal art as was promoted by Bhadoria kings during 17th century. Besides, one could see the sculptures of Hindu gods and goddesses, exquisitely carved doorway of the temples from Singhonia and Kherat in the front veranda. Lining the entrance of the museum are sculptures from various time periods. This place is known as Muktakash Dirgha or open air gallery. The large memorial pillar found from Amrol, south of Gwalior, shows the fighting of 2 horse riders where one with the crown is an invader. The female figure facing the memorial pillar along with 5 others have been brought from Metauli in Morena district. All these sculptures are unfinished, hence hinting at the possibility of invasions upon the site. And last but not the least is a grand architectural delight, the gateway of a temple from Kerat, with intricate carvings of gods and goddesses where one can take a leap into history by clicking a picture over here. The efforts are being made by the Archaeological Survey of India to make this place and museum a must-visit for research scholars, locals and foreigners. It is here one gets to the journey of time through the eyes of history, reveling over the past and learning the smallest of details about Gwalior from the earliest records to the latest developments. We as humans make history and then we become history. In between this stretch, we had the time to learn from the past and move ahead with pride. Let us feel proud over our glorious heritage and join our hands to pass on this legacy safely to the generations to come by.